Hello students. In today's video we will be dealing with nomenclature of organic compounds. Now before we start with nomenclature, let me tell you that in this chapter we will be studying how to name. Nomenclature means naming of different compounds. In this chapter we will be learning how to name alkanes, alkenes, alkynes and several other compounds like alcohols, acids. Now these names are new to you. We will be learning all about alcohols, acids in this chapter. No, I am not talking about hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid. All these are inorganic acids. We will be talking about organic acids, alcohols, okay, and many other organic compounds. So nomenclature of all these compounds will be studied in this chapter. We are going to begin with nomenclature of alkanes, alkenes and alkynes, and then we will move on to the nomenclature of all these compounds. Okay. Now what is this nomenclature? Nomenclature is nothing but a process or a system using which we can name a particular organic compound. Okay. Now there are two systems by which we can name an organic compound. One, the first system of nomenclature is called as common system or trivial system. What does the word trivial mean? Trivial means less important. So this name, common name or a name which is given to a compound using this first system, common system or trivial system, is not that important. It varies from place to place. It varies from place to place. Okay, for example, in India, we name a compound by the name A. Okay, some compound is named as A. In Europe, you will call the same compound as X. Okay, so this common names given by this common system varies from place to place. Okay, the second system of nomenclature that we are going to use is IUPAC system. IUPAC. This is an abbreviation. Okay, it is a short form. Okay, IUPAC. I am going to discuss the full form of this. Okay, and we will be learning IUPAC nomenclature in detail. Okay, we will not go into common system. Here we will be learning only about IUPAC system. Okay, and I will discuss common names of some compounds. Not all the compounds. Common names of some compounds. Okay, so let us begin with IUPAC system. IUPAC nomenclature. This is a very important part of organic chemistry, IUPAC nomenclature, and it is very vast. We are going to learn this in short in this chapter. Okay, we are going to learn some basic things about IUPAC nomenclature. Okay, now what is this IUPAC nomenclature? As I told you that the common system would give different names to one particular compound. Okay, according to the common system, a particular compound had different names in different places. Okay, now because of which it was very difficult to deal with a particular compound in different nations. So when research with respect to a particular compound was going on in full swing, it was very difficult to address a particular compound by different names. That is when this concept of giving one fixed name to a particular compound worldwide. Okay, so throughout the world a particular compound will have one single unique name. This concept was put forward, and who put forward this concept? There was this international union of some people who were studying chemistry. Okay, now the people who study chemistry are called as chemists. What are they called? They are called as chemists. Okay, now don't relate. Okay, yes, you can relate this to a chemist from where you buy medicines. Yes, they are the ones which have knowledge of. They are the ones who have knowledge of chemistry. Okay, yes, the persons who study chemistry are called as chemists. Okay. The ones that we buy drugs from, they are more correctly called as pharmacists. Okay, so chemists are the people who study chemistry. Now there are two main branches of chemistry: pure chemistry and applied chemistry. Okay, So the ones who study pure chemistry are called as pure chemists. The ones who study applied chemistry are called as applied chemists. So internationally, a union of pure and applied chemists was made, and that union put forward some rules using which we can name a particular compound, and that name will be uniform throughout the world. So one particular compound, if it has got an IUPAC name as A in India, it will have IUPAC name A worldwide. Okay, so there was no confusion then during research. तो किसी ने बोला A और B मिक्स करो, तो वर्ल्ड वाइड सब लोग A और B मिक्स कर रहे थे. ओके, ठीक है. So this was how this IUPAC nomenclature was put forward. Who put forward this IUPAC nomenclature? International Union of Pure and Applied Chemists. That is where the full form of this abbreviation lies. IUPAC stands for International Union of Pure and Applied Chemists. Pure and Applied Chemists. International Union of Pure and Applied Chemists. They put forward some rules using which we could name compounds, and that system of naming is called as IUPAC nomenclature. IUPAC nomenclature. Now, since we have been talking about rules which were put forward by this union of chemists, we will first learn some basic rules to name organic compounds. We will take up one example and try to learn all these rules. Okay. So to begin with, I would take up example and we will learn some rules of writing IUPAC name. IUPAC name. Okay. Let me take a simple example of an alkene. A simple example of an alkene. This is my alkene whose IUPAC name I wish to write. Okay. Now the first rule, the first thing that you should know about IUPAC name is that IUPAC name is nothing but a combination of 4 different things. Now what are the 4 things that we write while writing IUPAC name? The first and the foremost thing that we write is a root word. What do we write? Root word. Yes, we have heard about this when we wrote the names of alkanes. Root word. Okay. Root word is the main word of IUPAC name. Okay. Other than that, we will require something called as prefix. Prefix is a word which is written in front of a basic word or before a basic word. Okay, तो this is my basic word. उसके पहले जो लिखा है वो prefix. उसके बाद जो लिखूंगी उसको कहते हैं suffix. Okay, अब ये suffix IUPAC नेम में 2 टाइप के होते हैं. One is 1 degree suffix and the other is 2 degree suffix. This 1 degree suffix, 1 degree is also called as primary, and 2 degree is also called as secondary. So IUPAC name can be given by combining these 4 parts: prefix, word root or root word, primary suffix and secondary suffix. So these are the 4 parts of an IUPAC name. Okay. Now, part by part, we will learn how to write root word, prefix, primary suffix and secondary suffix. First of all, let us understand what each one of these signify. Root word. Root word basically indicates the number of carbon atoms. The number of carbon atoms in parent chain. The number of carbon atoms in parent chain. We'll come to this word parent chain later on. Parent chain क्या है हम सीखेंगे. Okay. Prefix. Prefix is nothing but the name given to branches. So there will be some branches in the compound These branches are also called as substituents. What are they called? They are also called as substituents. Okay, so name given to branches or substituents is nothing but prefix. Now what is primary suffix? This primary suffix is nothing but, it will indicate whether you have carbon-carbon single bond, carbon-carbon double bond or carbon-carbon triple bond in your compound. What it will indicate? It will indicate whether you have, I guess this lower part is not visible, I will write it again. It will indicate whether you have carbon-carbon double bond, carbon-carbon triple bond or carbon-carbon single bond in the compound. Single bond, double bond or triple bond. Okay. Now if you have carbon-carbon single bond throughout your compound, the primary suffix that is used is "ane". If you have carbon-carbon double bond, the primary suffix that is used is "ene". If you have carbon-carbon triple bond, the primary suffix that can be used is "ine", alkyne, alkene, alkane. ऐसा alkane का "ane", alkene का "ene" and alkyne का "ine". Okay, तो इसके बारे में और पढ़ेंगे, but just for the sake of introducing these terms, yes, primary suffix gives you an idea whether there is carbon-carbon single bond, double bond or triple bond in the compound. Okay. Now going to the last part of the name, that is secondary suffix. Now this is very important. It is the highlight of the IUPAC name. Okay. This part indicates the name of the functional group. The name of a functional group which is present in the compound. Okay. Now before we study IUPAC names, IUPAC nomenclature, in the next session we will quickly learn what a functional group is. Okay, we will quickly learn what a functional group is, and then we will also learn the different secondary suffixes that we can use for different functional groups. Okay, to give you a brief idea, what is a functional group? A functional group is also called as an active group which is present in the compound. एक्टिव ग्रुप मतलब क्या? अगर कोई कंपाउंड हम लेते हैं और उसको रिएक्शन में डाल देते हैं, इफ यू कैरी आउट अ पर्टिकुलर रिएक्शन यूजिंग अ कंपाउंड, देन this entire organic compound will not go into reaction. Only one part of that organic compound will get involved in the reaction. Okay, that one part which is very active during reaction is what is called as functional group or the active group. Okay, so please bear this in mind. These are the 4 parts, important parts of IUPAC names. Prefix, which is the name given to branches or substituents. We'll learn what branches are, we'll learn substituents, everything. Root word is the name given to the parent chain. Okay, it depends on the number of carbon atoms in the parent chain. Primary suffix depends, primary suffix that is written in the IUPAC name depends whether you have carbon-carbon single bond, carbon-carbon double bond or carbon-carbon triple bond in your compound. Okay. Secondary suffix is the name given to the functional group or the active group present in the compound. Okay. So far so good. We'll study about this in the next session. But yes, this is a very important introductory part of IUPAC nomenclature. Okay. See you in the next lecture. Till then, keep studying.